Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Chris Bruno,
I'm Cedar Champ, and this is Hot and Bothered,
where we talk about everything that we find hot as fuck.
and everything that bothers the shit out of us.
We're just two dumb bitches making a fucking podcast.
Literally could not have said it better myself.
I'm like, we are just complete morons. We don't know what we're talking about. Take everything with a grain of salt. We have no credentials.
Minimal life experience.
And we're just stupid. So just
We're honestly
strap in and let's go.
We're basically just here to unload all of the shit that we have on our brains. And if it's good, great. If it's not, like, just don't take our advice on anything.
If it's not great, just I don't care.
Give us 5 stars anyway and follow us on Instagram. Slay. So last week we talked about how I have a fucking eating disorder, and
I talked about how everybody secretly has an eating disorder.
yeah. What else did you talk about last week?
I don't remember if I was hot or bothered last week.
Oh, you're on your like healthy skincare journey. We did
I'm
some
in my
Monjaro.
Accutane era.
Chris loves his Yoplait Light.
And that was it.
And that was it. Yeah. So
Eventful.
anyway, if you haven't yet listened to last week's episode, because I'm sure there will be references, and I don't want you to miss out on anything.
Really, really, really intense, good content that you probably can't live without. So
You won't be able to live without it.
okay.
What's happening this week?
I'm
How are you
actually
doing?
bothered because I have nothing to talk about, if I'm being quite honest with you. I was afraid to tell you earlier, but I don't really have anything to report. My life has been so fucking uneventful. I'm putting absolutely everything on the back burner. I'm putting myself first, which I should be hot about, but that's just, no one gives two flying fucks about that. I'm basically practicing abstinence and yeah.
Okay.
Me and Cedar low-key talked about rape trauma before we got here. We're just gonna go with that. We're bothered and we have nothing to talk about. So
If we're being completely honest, like, most likely there will be an episode on that eventually.
we just talked about
at
how
some
people
point.
like gaslight.
There will be a whole episode, but
Yeah.
we'll address that another day, because today's not the day. We're feeling light. We're feeling fun. We're feeling fresh. We're certainly not
We're like
feeling
literally about
like
to
we've been
jump out of these
sexually
windows.
assaulted. So yeah, anyway, Slay. But despite the fact that Chris doesn't have much going on in his life,
You don't
aside from
either.
the rape trauma, no, I had a really eventful week. Like this week,
Shall we dive into it? Oh my god, we're like 25 seconds in and we just smashed mine. Smashed it.
yeah, okay, bye, Chris. The episode is all about me. Literally just me.
God, okay.
No,
Maybe I'll come up with something halfway through. That's very me.
that is very you. We can
Okay.
circle back for sure.
Okay, maybe something will jog my memory.
Do you like my corporate America jargon? I'm practicing because I'm gonna have to get
Circle
a job.
back?
God forbid. Yeah, let's circle back.
Okay, let's just put a pin in it.
Should we touch base later?
Absolutely.
Chris said he didn't think we were gonna be funny this episode, but I think we
And
are.
here we are, just rambling. Okay, so
Ask
what happened
me.
with your eventful week? Are you hot or are you bothered?
Okay, I'm hot this week, and it is because I barely made it out alive. I just escaped the grips of a very, very creepy man. The most insane fucking thing happened to me. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm sitting at the edge of my seat.
Okay. So, okay, this is actually like, this week has been so crazy, and I have many stories to tell, but they will have to wait for another episode because too much has happened.
Okay.
But the story I want to tell right now is arguably the most important and insane one. And I'm hot this week because I nearly went on a date with a man that is like most likely a cannibal and is probably unsafe to be around. And I was
beg
saved.
your pardon.
I was saved by none other than Spit in My Mouth Man.
Okay, so what I'm imagining in my head is that you were in a shed strapped to a stainless steel table and about to get eaten by a cannibal, and Spit in My Mouth Man rolls in and just saves
Knight in
the
shining
day.
armor
Yeah.
on a white horse.
With
That's essentially what happened. Like, I don't
Okay.
even need to tell the story because you like nailed it.
Okay.
So okay, no, this is what happened. There's this guy. I've seen him on Raya a handful of times. He is very handsome. He's
Oh, that one.
very handsome.
Oh my god, he's really hot.
He's so hot. He's
That's like what I want to look like in my head.
yes, that's what I want to look like in my head.
That's what I want to look like. No, that is what I tell myself I look like in my head.
He is literally like 6'9".
Okay, I don't like that.
Like, I don't even know if I've ever met somebody that tall. I don't know if I would enjoy dating somebody
Yao
that tall,
Ming.
but the idea, what'd you just say?
Me referencing sports.
Please don't
Yao
do that here.
Ming.
This is not a safe space for
I
that.
know. Okay.
He's so hot. And I have seen him on Raya like a handful of times. He's like tall, dark, handsome, right? I've never dated somebody that tall, but I would be interested to see what it would
6'9".
be like. Yeah.
I feel like tall guys like that, like they could have a nice sized dick, but it looks small because they're so big. Like if they
Yeah.
have like a 7-inch dick, it's like, okay, you're tiny little peewee.
Exactly that. And especially if they're tall and like in shape, like they're like tall and buff.
Yeah.
Tiny dick.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
But it's
tiny
like
dick.
a normal, like that would be a normal sized dick on like a 6-foot guy. But since he's 6'8" or 6'9", his like normal sized dick is gonna look shrunken.
Look, yeah, but I think my vagina would beg to differ.
What do you mean?
Like when I've slept with tall men, tall buff men that have smaller dicks.
What I'm saying though is that I feel like on guys who are really tall like that, they could have a perfect nice sized dick, but to the scale of the rest of their body, it looks small.
Yeah, looks small, right?
Correct.
But isn't.
I'm not talking about if it is or isn't. I'm saying in relativity to their body.
Yes. It's like the David statue. Michelangelo's David statue. He's a big old fucking dude and his dick is tiny.
Mm-hmm. But he's probably a grower, not a shower.
The statue?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so anyway, that was a fun
He was
tangent.
so hot. I don't know. I want to get one of those tattoos, but I don't know.
Do people get that tattooed?
Like, I want to get some like Roman like head thing, but I don't know any of their names.
Oh.
Okay, continue with your story.
Okay, so here's the thing. This man, matched with him. I've seen him on Raya a handful of times. We matched this week, right? And I'm like, okay, this is what I've been needing. We all know. I've said it a million fucking times.
You're desperate, yes.
I need someone to come in and just entertain me for a little while, right? That's just really all I need.
Mm-hmm.
So I match with him and I'm like, okay, let's fuck around and find out. Like, this man is so hot. Like, I'm game. And I'm usually not like the type of person where I'm like, I'm not attracted to looks. It's obviously personality over looks, given my dating history.
Given your demisexuality status.
Exactly. But I'm like, you know what? Maybe his personality, I don't know. We'll find out. I'm willing to find out because he's gorgeous. So I see in his interests, which I never look at people's interests on Raya.
Why do you have an interest on Raya?
Why do you have that?
That's so bad.
His interests, one of his interests is pho. And I went through like a pho obsession for a little while, but it was literally the dead of winter. I was living in New York City. Obviously, I was going to fucking eat soup every day, right? So I slide in and I'm like, the fact that pho is in your interests, I'm gassing him up.
He's jerking off to this message.
The fact that pho is in your interest is a selling point for me. And he's like, we should go out for pho sometime. He's like, I know so many good places in LA, blah, 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 blah. So let me rewind a little bit. Spit in My Mouth Man and I have decided we're friends. And literally the morning I was messaging with this guy, making plans to coordinate a day and time for us to meet up and go eat fucking soup together. Disgusting.
Who would have thought?
Spit in My Mouth Man and I decided we're not seeing each other anymore romantically because this whole situation is so fucked up. We are friends. And I literally texted him and I was like, can we just be like, I just want to be buddies with you. I want to be able to talk about boys with you.
This guy is probably so sick of you.
He's so sick of me. I don't know why he hasn't blocked my phone number.
So sick of you.
It'll come. He'll block me soon. It'll be fine.
Yes. We'll add him to the list that you think doesn't exist.
Exactly. So I am like, can we just be friends? I want to like talk about boys with you. I had an experience literally the night prior with a man. That's another story to come. Like I said, it's been an eventful week. I'm like just high on life. Shit has been so crazy and chaotic and so fun. And so I'm like, I want to talk about boys. Like, let's talk about boys. And I texted Spit in My Mouth Man.
Literally.
And I was like, can we just be friends? I want to talk about boys with you like I do with my friends. And he's like, okay, tell me about your night, Cedar. Who did you sleep with? Tell me about it. Fill me in. So we're chit-chatting. We're messaging. I'm giving him all the details. Like, we're getting into it, right? The conversation dies out. A few hours later, I get a DM from the guy on Raya, and I'm like, I want to send his page to Spit in My Mouth Man and get his thoughts. I want him to vet him for me since we're doing this. Like, we're buddies. We're talking about boys and stuff. I want him to vet him for me. So I go to this man's Instagram page and I send his Instagram to Spit in My Mouth Man. Spit in My Mouth Man. I need to come up with a shorter nickname
I know,
for him.
Spit in My Mouth Man.
Jesus
Sim.
Christ. Sim.
Spit in My Mouth.
Sim.
Spit in Sim.
Simm. Sim.
Okay, love him. He is a Sim. He fucking
He's literally a Sim
like
character.
looks and walks and talks like one.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, he's a Sim.
He's a Sim. So I send this Raya guy's profile to Sim. I actually hate the way that sounds, but it's fine.
We'll get used to it.
And he sends me back a screenshot saying this page is unavailable. And
They fucked.
I was
They've had sex.
okay, relax, please. Relax.
We were all thinking it.
Chris, you're the only person that's thought that.
No.
Yeah.
No one else knows about the story, so.
Okay. So he sends me that and I'm like, oh, weird, like weird glitch on Instagram. Something what happened. Something happened with the link. I don't know. Like
the
just
link.
like a little glitch, you know? I don't know. So I respond and I'm like jokingly, like fully joking. And I'm like, oh, so y'all have beef. And he was like, whose page is it? And I was like, I told him the name. And he was like, oh my fucking God, Cedar. I'm going to call him the Cannibal for reference. He's like, oh my fucking God, Cedar, do you not know my story about insert name, the Cannibal? And I thought he was still joking at this point. Like I thought that this was like a prank and he was like just trying to like be annoying or whatever.
I mean, that's wishful thinking. He's clearly blocked.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I consider me optimistic. Okay. I was excited about this guy. I wanted to meet him.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, how could that even be? How could these two people even know each other? Like, why? And why would they have each other blocked? They just wouldn't. That's not real. That's not a real thing. I was like, are you kidding? Are you kidding? And he's like, Cedar, please tell me you have not gone on a date with this man. You have not slept with this man. And I was like, then at that point, this is all over Instagram. I switched to text. I texted him. I was like, is this real? And he was like, absolutely, it's real. He's like, do not interact with that man if you haven't already. He's like, please tell me, answer the question. Have you been out with him? And I was like, no, but we're like literally coordinating our first date right now. So he's like, okay, that man is not normal. I will fill you in. Let's start with this. He sends me a fucking TikTok clip of Tana Mojo's podcast. I think it's called Canceled or something. Is that what it's called?
I don't know. This is the only podcast I listen to.
Same. He sends me a video clip of Tana Mojo's podcast, and it's her talking about this guy she literally went on one date with who like got crazy with her and was like kind of stalking her and like showed up at this place she was at like randomly, and she didn't invite him or anything. And I had already seen this clip and I watched the story through and I was like, oh wow, that's fucking crazy.
And it was this guy.
It was about the fucking Raya guy.
How does Sim know that that is about this guy?
I'll get there.
Okay.
I'll get there. So I see that clip and I didn't even have to watch the TikTok all the way through because I was like, I already know this story. My jaw was on the floor that this was about him, right? And the worst part of this point is that that's not even the craziest fucking part. And he was like, I'm in a work meeting right now. I can't give you more details, but I will fill you in a little bit. And I'm like on the edge of my seat. I'm like, literally, what the fuck is happening?
You're like, tell me right fucking now.
No, I'm like, close out of your fucking Zoom tab. Send me voice notes immediately.
He's not in a work meeting.
No, he was like jerking off or something. So he then proceeds to send me screenshots of text messages with 3 different friends of his, girls, that have gone out with this Raya guy, the Cannibal. And in 2 of those messages, these girls were saying he like kept trying to bring me soup. Like I was like sick and he like was insisting he was going to deliver me soup.
This
and
theme
like
of soup that just seems to follow you around.
I have more soup stories that I'll tell on a later date, but today is not the day. So 3 different girls that Sim knows
I love that name.
that have been essentially like harassed, not necessarily quite stalked, but harassed by this guy.
Like, this guy's just socially inept.
Absolutely. And for some reason has a weird obsession with bone broth. Like, that was the conversation. Like, we were going to get pho, bone broth. One of the girls was like, he's like trying to bring me bone broth. One of the other girls was like, he wants to bring me soup.
Does he make his own bone broth out of people's bones?
There's no explanation to this other than that.
Is it just a coincidence?
I don't think so, because it gets worse.
I need to text him.
You want to be made into bone broth?
I'm getting drunk.
It'll probably be good for our skin. So I'm like, okay, the TikTok and the screenshots, obviously
What were the screenshots? I mean, we don't have to go into depth.
it was text messages from these girls
Yes.
to Sim, like saying this man is kind of
He has
weird.
a lot of girlfriends.
This man is like harassing me. He like keeps trying to bring me soup. Like, that's what the messages said. And
why are all these girls
from,
texting Sim about this man?
he has too many girlfriends. This man has too many girlfriends. That's not the point.
I'm concerned. That's a bigger issue.
A bigger issue than cannibalism.
Yeah.
I respect your stance on that, and I think I can get behind that. I do want to finish this story.
Yes, I love cutting you off.
Yeah, shocking. So then Sim gets out of his Zoom meetings. He finishes jerking off and sends me these voice notes. And I'm not going to tell the story because it's really not my story to tell. But essentially, he too was harassed by this individual.
Okay, so they literally...
Don't go there. Don't go there.
Fornicated.
So he sends me screenshots. This individual, the Raya guy, the cannibal, reached out to him randomly like many years ago and was like, oh, I see that you like to cook. I'm actually traveling right now. Like, let me get you a really nice knife sharpener and bring it back for you. Bring it back to LA. And he's basically like, no, man, like, that's fine. Like, you don't need to do that. Like, whatever. And then
That's so... Why did they follow each other in the first place?
I don't know.
I have a lot of unanswered questions.
And then Sim proceeds to send me multiple screenshots of the Instagram DMs from this person, the cannibal, insisting he delivers this knife sharpener to him. And all of these DMs went unanswered on Sim's behalf. Multiple, and like a day apart each. And him being like, I can't believe you like care so much about food and cooking and like don't give a fuck about this knife sharpener that I brought back from where I was traveling to. Like, I can't believe you would just ghost me like that. Like, insane.
I need a man like this.
That's what I said. I was like, I want someone to be obsessed with me.
I need someone to talk to me like that and to show
I
up at my
want
doorstep
someone
with
to be
bone
obsessed
broth
with
and
me.
knives.
Unfortunately, I have had a stalker or two before, and so this is something that I'm just not willing to dive into.
Why am I like turned on? I'm so bored.
You need therapy.
Just this guy's so hot.
He's so good looking.
Like, I would
but
let
like,
him do something to me.
why does he want the knives to be sharp, and why does he want everyone to eat bone broth? Like, that's terrifying.
And we can't actually get into detail about what his occupation is.
I mean, Tana exposed it. If you guys want to go watch Tana's TikTok, I'll let her expose
He like
him.
works in horror films or scary movies.
Okay, so I was like mind blown. And then as things developed, first the Tana video, then the screenshots, and then Sim's story, I was like, how has this gotten so out of hand?
So fast.
And I just wanted to go on a date with this guy. Literally, like, all happened like within the span of an hour where I'm learning all this information about this person. And my mind is fucking blown. I'm trying to tell this story to everybody I know because I'm like, this is fucking insane. But like, it's so complex that like you can't tell that story over text. I'm forwarding screenshots, I'm forwarding TikToks, I'm forwarding voice notes, I'm forwarding everything. And I'm like, you guys, this is insane. I literally almost went on a date with this person. And one of my friends that I shared the story with sent me a screenshot today of this man, his Instagram page, and he has a side by side of his face and Penn Badgley, which we all know plays the stalker in You. And the caption says, you guys need to stop sending me these because they look identical. They look fucking identical. This man.
But that's like the energy he emulates.
Yeah. And like the comments on Tana's TikTok, there's so many women being like, I also had a weird experience with this person. Like, so.
Stop. I need to read the comments.
There are so many women that have been like, this shit is fucking weird. So to summarize, friends, I'm hot this week because I escaped being made into bone broth.
Slay. I would make a salty fucking bone broth.
I mean, I do love bone broth, but I'd prefer if it weren't human bones.
Mm-hmm. We probably eat human bone broth and we don't know it.
Probably. Honestly, probably.
So this guy's a serial killer. He's like trying to be Penn Badgley, whatever the fuck his name is.
I mean, like, I obviously don't know him personally. I don't want to like.
I think you should go on a date with him.
I don't want to drag somebody that I don't know, but maybe he's just got a really loose screw and like maybe he's actually mentally ill and maybe he's a good person. Maybe he's just fucking weird, but
I
like.
want to hang out with him.
He'll probably give you a knife sharpener. I'm sure
I'm
he
gonna
has an
follow
extra.
him. Should I follow him?
I think you should.
I need to follow Sim.
No.
Why?
Why do you want to follow him? You hate him.
I just want to know what he's up to.
You hate him.
I just want to know what he's up to, and I want him to know what I'm up to.
Go follow him.
I'm gonna follow him.
Go follow him.
I'm gonna follow him.
Actually, I could get behind you guys being friends.
We should all be friends. Oh my god, did you know what I oh my god, I'm like, okay. Do you know what I saw on TikTok that I thought was actually hilarious?
Tell me.
What's her name? Kelly Catrone? That like disgusting lady who like worked for Vogue or whatever, who was like in the hills. That little fat like mean raggedy lady who always wears like a black tarp with like dirty greasy hair. Kelly Catrone.
Okay.
She's like a little New Yorker.
Okay, yeah.
She's so gross. You don't know who I'm talking about.
I think I do. It was
anyway,
it
was like me. Whatever. Someone came up to her with like a microphone and it was Fashion Week, and they were like, Kelly, can you tell us one thing that's in and one thing that's out this season? And I forget what she said that was in, and then she was like, what's out are influencers, and I was like, slay. She's like, what are they influencing? And I was like, go off.
Okay.
I mean, I support an influencer journey, but I was like, go off, Kelly Catrone. She's probably so sick of like all these people at Fashion Week just wearing free fucking clothes, thinking that they're changing the world. And it's like, no.
I actually have mixed feelings on that because I think that people are always so against change and like the world progressing, right? And like when reality TV became a thing, people were like, reality TV stars aren't real celebrities. You have to have talent. You need to be a movie star or like a music artist or whatever. And like now we have fucking Kim Kardashian. And then
Real
influencing
Housewives,
becomes
etc.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then influencing becomes a thing and people are like, influencers aren't real celebrities. Yeah. But everyone is just like, everyone's so fucking scared of like the world evolving. And I'm like, what are you so bent out of shape
I just
about?
thought it was funny that she said that because I can see why she says that.
Totally.
Like, she's just such a fucking cunt, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
That like, she probably just like hates all these fucking people.
I'm sure.
Like, she's probably just like, these dirty little cockroaches. Like, these dirty little fucking cockroaches are just like swarming the city in their like loaned fucking clothes from whatever PR agency, thinking that they're like literally changing the world.
You're literally describing Daniel Bernstein right now.
Well, I have a soft spot for fashion PR because I worked in that industry for a year of my life.
That's true.
And I think it's a complete fucking scam.
Well, it's just a shit show.
It's just
and like,
such a shit show. Smoke and mirrors.
Obviously also previously worked in the fashion industry and have some experience there as well. But that's the thing is like, celebrities used to have talent, right? Like they used to have to be like elegant or something of that sort, and then like influencers come in and they're not the same because these people are getting famous for being themselves.
I've never
And like
thought about
people
it
are
like
so
that.
mad about that.
I've
And
never
it's
thought of
just
it
like
like
that's
that.
just because we don't really like hold them to as high of a standard as we do a movie star, because movie stars aren't themselves. They're playing other people and they get famous for playing other
I've
people.
never
And so we're
really
able to like
yeah.
associate this like distorted image to this individual, whereas influencers are like being themselves every day on their fucking social media and whatever,
To an extent.
to an extent, whether it's a facade or not. I mean, like that's
They're
like,
it's them and
yeah,
their brand and
yeah.
who
So like people like that fucking old hag that you're talking about like are just mad because like the industry isn't the same stuck up fucking stuffy snobby pieces of shit that have been there for years and years and years. You know what I'm saying?
who's your favorite celebrity? And who's your celebrity crush? Wait, pause. Who's your favorite celebrity and who's your celebrity crush?
Okay. Oh, that's a good question. Okay, I actually have two celebrity crushes, and I have to list both because the biggest theme in my life has been Aquarius men. And usually the Aquarius men that I date look a certain way, but they are the worst. They're the worst human beings on the face of the earth. If
Oh
you
my
are an
God, it always
Aquarius
circles
man,
back to a man being horrible.
don't fucking
Just who's your fucking celebrity crush?
hold on. No, I'm not. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But they all look the same, and I love them all. As shitty and awful and fucking vile as they are as human beings, I love them. I love them so fucking much. And there's a certain look, and unfortunately,
You fall victim to that look.
I
every
fall
time.
victim. And Harry Styles, Evan Peters. And I didn't know it until after I started noticing this theme. I was dating like consistently falling in love with these Aquarius men, and they're all shitbags. And one day I was like, God, I can't believe that this guy that I'm crushing on is an Aquarius. Like, that's so crazy. Literally every man I like crush on is an Aquarius. And I was literally, I remember I was driving to my nail appointment. I was just thinking about that. And I was like, what are some like similarities here? And I was thinking about their physical appearance and characteristics. And they're all the same: tall, probably like slightly blonde hair, unfortunately. Gross white boys with like maybe some musical talent, funny, very elusive, whatever. Then I was like, what fucking zodiac sign is Harry Styles? I Google it, Aquarius. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Then I was like, okay, Evan Peters, Aquarius. Those are my celebrity crushes.
They're such little dweebs to me.
Love them.
They're such little like grow up, like go like grow a pair of balls.
But also like, you know, that one guy that I used to be roommates with, that I slept with and had a huge crush on for a little while.
Is that his jacket?
No, that's the ex-boyfriend's.
Oh, okay.
He's worn that jacket though.
That's right. That's right.
I had a
an
huge
Aquarius?
crush on him. Huge crush on him, and he's an Aquarius. But now looking back on it, I'm like, yeah, he's a fucking loser. But it's like a spell I fall under.
I don't know. Those are like little boys to
Little
me.
boys, yeah.
Well, we can talk about my celebrity crush because I feel like he actually kind of falls under that category, but I'm not really attracted to him because I don't really know why I'm attracted to him. He's not even my like type of man.
Let me just add, maybe I like crushing
Yeah,
on little boys
you
because I
do.
always date old men.
No,
Yeah.
because you want to abuse them.
No, Aquarius men, they always abuse me.
I find that hard to believe.
I will abuse a Libra any day of the week. Here
And
you are.
There he is.
Here you are. Okay. Oh, and my favorite celebrity, I don't have an answer to that. Now you
Really?
go. Yeah.
My celebrity crush, which is so random, I don't know why, but I love this. I love this about me. I love that he's my celebrity crush is Adam Brody.
I don't know who that is.
Oh my god. He's so cute. He was in the OC. Like the brunette one. He's married to Leighton Meester, whatever her name
Oh,
is. He's
yeah,
so
yeah.
cute. I don't know why I like him.
Oh, okay.
I would break him in half.
It's just like a physical attraction thing.
I don't know what it is. He's just cute.
Maybe it's his vibe or.
Kind of. I don't know what it is. He's just like hot.
I like that.
And Wilmer Valderrama or whatever his name is. If I'm feeling like spicy.
He's the one from That 70s Show.
Yeah, but not like talking like this.
Isn't he like a predator? Like, hasn't he been like in trouble for being a shitty human being?
I don't know. He's like Demi Lovato's ex. Oh, what?
That's what it was. Because she was
Coming out as a man.
She sings that song. She's like finally 29, 17. She was 17 and he was 29 when they dated. She was 17 years old. You don't think that's insane? Can you imagine being 2 years older than you are right now and dating a 17-year-old?
That's weird for him, not for her. She was probably like, you're hot. Like,
Well,
if I
at
was
the
17,
time,
I would be
yeah.
like, baby. But for him, that's weird.
Yeah, for him, that's
Yeah.
fucking weird as fuck.
Yeah.
But she sang a whole song about it where she
was
was
also like,
she's like, I'm finally 29 and looking back, that was fucked up.
I don't know. I don't really get into her shit too much.
I don't doubt that she's probably like cool and normal and whatever, but why does she just always feel the need to jump on the new like social bandwagon? I'm just like, can you relax, girl? But I also now from here on out will never be able to hear her name again without thinking of being demisexual.
She's a really good singer.
She's very talented.
She has some fucking pipes.
So you want to fuck her predator ex-boyfriend and
The twink from the OC.
And the twink from the OC. And then who's your favorite celebrity?
Well, just think about it. I'm a gay man. Who could be my celebrity crush? Or not my celebrity crush, my favorite celebrity.
Kim Kardashian.
Okay, no, she doesn't, I don't have room for her.
Who?
Nicole Kidman. Are you kidding me? You guys, hold on, I have a story.
I can't believe you said that like I was just supposed to know.
Hello, Nicole Kidman, are you kidding me?
I mean, you said gay man. I'm thinking you're about to say like fucking Carly Rae Jepsen or something, or like Kim Petras.
No, I'm a tasteful gay man.
Are you shading Kim Petras?
No, but like, if I'm gonna have a favorite celebrity, it's gonna be an icon that goes a little further back.
Okay. Good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not Cher. I'm not that gay, but I'm like Nicole Kidman, baby. Anything with Nicole Kidman, I will like. I just can't.
Is that why we're friends?
Why?
Because I'm Nicole Kidman's mini me.
If you want to talk about the size of Nicole Kidman, I used to work across from that Alfred on Melrose, across from the rail. My office was above the rail. And I used to go to that Alfred all the time across the street, and there's a Soul Cycle right next to it. I was waiting for my coffee, and this man and woman walk out. And I'm looking at this person, and I'm literally like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, this is not from planet Earth. This woman was almost from where I was sitting, looked about 7 feet tall, probably weighed 80 pounds, translucent skin. She was blue.
You could see her organs.
I could see her organs. I could see every vein in her body. I could see her teeth with her mouth closed. She was 7 feet tall, and her skin was like, it was like soft glass. I don't know how to explain it. And obviously
was she wearing heels?
I don't know. I was looking at this person, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was literally like, what the fuck? I was just like, she struck my attention.
Yeah.
She's wearing like these plastic gas station sunglasses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the tortoise ones that like kind of like go to the side of your face.
Yeah.
That are like fake Tom Ford, but they're like the whole side is plastic. Like, I don't even know what I was looking at. It was a full blown gas station sunglass. And she walks past me, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I got a glimpse of her voice, and I literally diarrhea like came out of my asshole. I was like, that was Nicole Kidman. I was like, that was Nicole Kidman. And I was like, and then I started justifying it. I was like, you know what? She just left a spin class with her instructor. She was sweaty. She was gross. She was this. She was that. But I was so confused. I was so confused. And then I like Googled it, and she's like 6'1" or something.
That's so insane. I didn't know she was so tall.
I didn't either. She's huge.
That is insane.
Did you watch 9 Perfect Strangers? So fucking good.
The only thing I can think of that I've seen recently that she's in is that one where she like, this is fucked.
Stepford Wives.
I'm about to say something really fucked up. The only reason I remember this show is because she had like a really fucked up relationship with her husband where they would fight, and then he would like,
Big Little Lies takes place where I'm from.
oh really?
Yeah.
The only reason why I remember that is because I remember that relationship really resonating with me, because I had one like that in the past and it was really fucked up. It was really fucked up.
Yeah.
But she crushed that role, and I
That
really
show's
identify
really
with her
good.
in that role.
That show's really good. Nine Perfect Strangers is really good. She's in some like early 2000s movie that I'm obsessed with that I don't know the name of it, but it has to do with some like the world ending, and she's some in like Washington D.C. If anyone knows, let me know. What else is she in that I'm obsessed with? Obviously Stepford Wives. That movie defined me as a human being. Um,
I feel like I need to watch these movies.
oh my
That
God, you've
are...
never seen Stepford Wives?
No, should we watch it after this?
It's so good.
It's
It's pretty
talking
good.
about literally pop culture. Didn't we just say we weren't going to talk about
I
pop
know, but I kind of
culture?
like it.
No, it's fun.
What
It's
were we
fun.
okay, what were we talking about before we asked these stupid questions?
I literally don't know. The Cannibal.
Oh, yeah, we don't care about him. Wait, I want a different celebrity crush. But I feel like celebrity crushes are kind of people that you like you wouldn't really be attracted to Harry Styles or whoever that other guy is. But
No,
you are. But
I
it's like
if I
it's
met them in person, I unfortunately actually really would be.
I
I believe
know.
that with my whole fucking heart.
I need like a handsome man with like a nice smile and like a normal family.
No, I don't want a normal family. I like a little bit of trauma.
You are just so mentally not normal.
No, because people with normal families are always so fucking boring. They're
Me.
so fucking
Me.
boring. But you're gay. It's different. Like, you have the trauma of being gay. Like,
I have trauma in
you
a
have
different
to have.
form.
I always say this. It's one of my first date. It's one of
What's your
my.
trauma?
No, yeah, essentially. This is one of my
I need more
very
wine.
first.
Cheers.
What were we talking about?
You're trying to test me right now.
No, what were we talking about?
Our celebrity crushes. And then you were saying that you would really be attracted to those guys.
I got it. Ready? Okay. One of my very first date questions is always, without a doubt, I've been doing this for like probably like 4 or 5 years now. I recognized a pattern, and I made this a priority. I always on a first date, one of my very first questions is, are your parents married?
Okay.
Because essentially that will tell me everything I need to know. If I'm already getting the vibe that they're boring and they say, yes, my parents are married, and they continue to be boring. Proves my fucking theory. If they are seemingly interesting and they say, yes, my parents are married, my next question is, so what trauma have you had that has been able to make you interesting, because you're not fucking boring? I encourage everybody and their motherfucking mothers to ask that question next time you're on a first date, because I guarantee it proves a fucking theory. Like, no one is fun and exciting and interesting unless they have had some sort of trauma. And for most of us, I mean, like, obviously, like, what is the fucking divorce rate? Like 50%? 60%? I don't fucking know.
I need to be more methodical with
dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
and start asking questions like that.
I don't care though.
I spend so much time in my head, and so like I have no choice but to be methodical when I like approach literally anything I do, because I'm a psychopath.
I don't care about any of these people that I'm dating. Like,
I don't either, but I like to be entertained. I'm not going to hang out with somebody that's fucking boring, you know?
I don't know. I feel like I just go into dates and I'm like, I don't really care. Like, I just assume that the conversation is just going to like flow.
Yeah.
And usually it doesn't, but I need to have like a little word bank of questions like in my back pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't have that, but I should start incorporating that. But I'm like, if I have to go there, then I don't even want to. Like that last night that I went on,
I do have a little bit of like a bank that it's fucking small. It's fucking small. But like
what's
it's
your
like,
trauma? Are your parents married?
when you're in that, I had one guy, I was doing my whole thing as I do on a first date, and one guy was like, I feel like I'm in a job interview. And I was like, you're not the man for me, leave.
Literally.
But like, if you have to go there, you obviously don't want to be there. But I'm also the type of person where I'm like, well, I'm fucking sitting here. Like, I'm not going to just sit here and let this be awkward. I'm going to keep trying, and then I'm never going to speak to you again. And so I will keep the conversation afloat and I will continue to ask questions. And it's always the same. It's
I'm
like
just, again,
I'm asking questions and then they don't ask anything about
I'm
me.
so
And then
bad
I'm
at
like,
faking it.
you're a fucking loser.
Yeah.
Literally block my number.
I'm so bad
Don't speak
though.
to me
Like
again.
the last date that I went on, that was like a formal date where we went and sat down and went and got dinner. Like I was into it at first, and then I'm like blaming it on my Adderall wearing off because it literally wore off
Halfway through the date.
like 3/4 of the way through.
Mm-hmm.
And when it wore off, I was like, I like, where is ballet? I need my
I
car.
need to
I
go
need to
home.
fucking go home. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I need to go home. And it was just getting fun for him because it was like our second cocktail in, like we're halfway through our
He's
second
feeling
cocktail.
loose and
He's
you're
feeling
like,
loose. He's trying to get close to me, and I'm like,
you're ran dry.
no, but it was like my tunnel vision like did the opposite.
Oh,
Do you
oh,
know what I mean?
God, do I know
Like
that
literally,
feeling?
I was like laser focused on him, like having such a good time, and then my Adderall wore off, and I was like,
You realize the rest of the world exists and
and
you're
I
like,
was like, I need to go.
got a blast,
And
babe.
I was like, he was sweet. There was nothing wrong with him, but it was like so weird because right as he was getting comfortable, I was like, I literally was like jonesing to get out of there. And then I'm not even going to talk about what happened after.
Why? I feel like that would be good. All we've talked about this episode is Nicole Kidman.
That's all we need to talk about. No, like after we left the restaurant, and then we like went for a little walk out, like outside, and I was like, I don't want to fucking go for a walk. Like I was like trying to leave, and then we just like walked like around the block or whatever. I hope he's not listening to this. We like whatever took a little walk around the block, and he just like wanted to keep talking and like chit chatting and like be cutesy, and I was so turned off by it. And there's nothing wrong with him. He was really sweet, very nice, smart, good looking guy. I think like halfway through I was just like, he made it very clear that he kind of wanted something like serious. And I mean, that's usually normal for someone who wants to go on a date. I don't even know why I went on this date, but
I want to say something a little fucked up.
tell me, because I don't know. I'm like, feel bad. I'm like dwindling this conversation. I don't even know what I'm saying because I'm just like, I don't want to say what I want to say.
Say it. Say it with your fucking chest, Chris. Don't be a pussy.
I don't, whatever. He was really sweet. He was nice. I'm just like, I don't know. There was just something about him. He was trying to be too cutesy. It turned me off. I wasn't into it. He was like, and I was like, but like he was, but he wasn't. Like
Yeah.
he was like doing it as a joke, but like trying to be cute. And I was like, I was just like, no, like it just wasn't the energy. Our energies weren't aligning. I wasn't really into it. There was a few icks. I just hate when people try to flex.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, what are you going to say that is going to impress me? What are you going to do that is going to impress me? What are you going to show me that is like nothing? I'm like, just be you, just be calm. Like, I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, it's not a competition. There's always a fucking competition with gay people. It's always like, it's always a competition.
Yeah.
Always, always, always. I'm like, I don't care.
That's actually really interesting.
It's always a competition.
That makes
I'm like,
sense for
I don't know. I'm like,
for it to
whatever
feel
you say, I'm like,
competitive.
whatever you want to tell me, I'm like, I can one up you. And that's going to make me sound like a cocky bitch. But I'm like, honestly, I'm like, I don't need you to try to impress me. Just be you.
Yeah.
Me being like, it's not a competition. I can one up you.
You're like, it's not a competition, but I win. Back to me being fucking demisexual. Nothing turns me off more than a man that is trying to impress. And I feel like that's why I like men. That's why I'm more attracted to men when I get to know them, because like let go of that fucking bullshit facade you're putting on. Like, you look like a fucking loser trying to look cool.
That's like what people do when they're...
It disgusts me.
No, and I know that that's what people like. That's when you're on a date. That's kind of what you're just kind of like flexing on yourself, and you're trying to make yourself look cool, and you're trying to impress this person, but it quite frankly works against them.
Yeah.
Or you, whatever. And I don't want to sound like I'm like
who is that impressing?
I don't know, and I'm just like, what are you like even?
Whoever is buying that shit is a fucking loser. Like
1,000%.
whoever is into that, they're a fucking
I mean, we're not getting
loser.
specific on like what the flexes were because quite frankly, I blocked them out. But like,
I kind of want to hear.
let me think.
While you're thinking, I'm going to tell you something that I have to edit out.
I know I'm gonna forget what.
One of flexes was the fact that he has location on Find My Friends. And I was like, I don't fucking care where
I like
is.
love this kind of stuff. I'm like, really? Like, I don't care.
No, I literally don't fucking care. I don't care. Like, that's not important to me.
Where's
Literally.
okay?
Literally. But he thought he was so fucking cool, and I was like, dude,
That's what I'm talking about. It's
care.
like obviously
I don't
like
care.
having location is like a flex, but if you like
If you use it as a flex, you're disgusting.
no, but it's like
If it were to like
people think that like, oh my god, like that's so cool. Like he knows. And then when you're casually just like, oh yeah, like I also know personal things about him by association, it like brings them back to reality.
Yeah,
that
you're
like
not that
just
cool.
crushes their fucking ego to nothing, and it's just like okay, but it's just always shit like that.
Yeah.
Like
So if there's anything that I fucking live for, it is crushing the spirits of a straight man.
we all know that. So yeah, my date was stupid. Are we getting back into it?
Let's talk about your date. So his ex, I wanted to know what he did that was like he was like trying to flex and it was fucking cringy. You said you blocked them out because it was so bad.
I don't want to talk about him anymore.
Okay.
I just don't care.
Do you have anything else that you want to talk about?
I'm ugly. I have anorexia.
Do you want to do drugs and watch a movie?
Yeah. Okay, so basically
So we've been drinking wine while we've been recording, and
this is going to be a really bad episode because every time that there's alcohol involved, we just are
we're fucked. No, I actually can't even recap the episode because I don't fucking know what we talked.
You talked about
we talked about
escaping bone broth.
cannibalism.
And I was bothered because I had nothing to be hot about.
I nearly had an encounter with essentially fucking Jeffrey Dahmer and lived to tell the fucking story. Shout out to Tana. Glad you're okay.
We should go to Off Sunset.
Okay. Chris is trying to have a night.
I know. I'm going to text everyone, but my phone's over there. I think that it's about time we wrap this up because I'm going to kill myself if I have to listen to this any longer. We're blacked out, you guys. This is like that other episode that we filmed drunk, recorded. I'm Nicole Kidman. Thanks for watching Disney Channel.
Okay. Love you all.
Okay, bye, guys.
Bye.